buy like 3
What's
packs of that
Surfside? Is
shit.
that a fucking seltzer?
Oh, bro, it's like a
It's like iced
non-fizz
tea.
seltzer.
Yeah, not fizz.
Plug.
Yeah,
Plug.
no free ads, but shout out to Surfside.
Shit, all right, I'm gonna drink too then.
It says shake well on here, so you know it's not carbonated.
Do you guys remember that old Budweiser commercial where it's like twist to remove, and it's just this guy in his apartment doing a twist dance, and he's trying to twist the cap.
Oh
off?
yeah, I remember that.
Yo, Budweiser used to be on a heater back in the day with the ads.
Yeah,
Dude.
that shit was funny.
Remember the frogs?
Oh yeah.
They done fucked
Ice-T
up.
used to have like those dope commercials with Rocky Balboa, remember? Brisk.
Brisk,
Oh yeah.
It's brisk,
Kinda like,
baby.
what was that? What was Celebrity Deathmatch style? Kind
Oh,
of
yeah,
animation? Yeah.
Celebrity Deathmatch was tight. And they tried to bring it back and it just wasn't the same.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Welcome to the cave where the men are bold, covering sports tales that have never been told. From the court to the ring, we bring the heat. B-ball, football, combat sports, can be beat. In the underground cave, we ball like the best. Dribbling through the fences, yo, we ain't stressed. From three-pointers to slam dunks, we make it rain. Cave Sports Mania, it's the name of the game. 5P0RT5. When the cave in, we're always live. 5P0RT5. When the action, come take a dive.
Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Cave Sports. Woo! I told y'all we were going to come back with some weekly episodes. Here we are, week one of our NFL preview for 2025. Here, as always, with Francis. How's it going, Francis?
Doing swell, my good sir.
Good. Always eloquent with the words there, Francis. Also going here with Proper. How you doing, Prop?
What's up, boys? Good to be here.
Hey, before we start,
What's up to the audience? You know what I'm saying?
I want to make sure we get the audience in here. You know, get them all settled in. As always, check us out, k4v3.com. That's k4v3.com. Check us out on all of our socials, not just K4v3, but also sports. So K4v3, 5P0RT5, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, aka X. We on Blue Sky yet? Have we did that?
Oh, which one?
Blue Sky?
Blue Sky? I know, I don't know. I don't even know what that is, dog.
I'm not on
You
Truth.
can find us on Pornhub.
Whoa, not this guy. Also on our main site, K4V3, we got articles, merch, and much more for crazy ass fools like you and me, as Dreezy would say. But yeah, week one of our 4-week NFL preview for 2025 season. How you guys feeling so far about preseason, and what's your excitement level going into the season?
I'm just excited. The fucking season's pretty much almost here. Obviously, we got to get through the preseason, but football's here, and I'm excited. For a while, we didn't have shit to talk about after NBA finished. We're like, what the fuck do we talk about? So now we're back at it, and this is probably one of the fun segments we have. So that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, 100%. To piggyback off Jermaine, you know, I like to dabble in the sports betting realm, and after basketball season's done, I'm not really well versed in baseball, so I stay away from diversifying my investments in that market. So I'm glad to invest my funds in a market I'm very familiar with.
Oh yeah. NFL seems to be our, over the years, our bread and butter, where we really get rolling with our sports shows. So, it's always great to get back in the foxhole with y'all. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Tonight we're going to be previewing the South divisions for both the NFC and the AFC. We're going to go over some key moves from each team and make some predictions on each division. And then it'll be short and sweet tonight. So we'll try to keep these all four. Well, 3 of the 4 are going to be probably pretty quick. That last one we plan on doing the Tuesday before the season starts, which will be a little bit more in depth. Do a little fantasy, a little bring back our quick hitters, which we all enjoy doing. So let's go. Without further ado, NFC South. Let's start off with the Panthers. Talk about some of their key moves. Obviously, they had a rough season. They've had a couple of those lately. But I do think that there are some promising aspects to this team. I've not given up on Bryce Young. I think that he's got potential to be one of the better quarterbacks in the league. But they need to invest around him. And in my opinion, they got one of the best college receivers that come out of the draft in recent years in Tet McMillan. I think he's going to be a big body wide receiver in Carolina for him. A very valuable weapon. Last year, Chuba Hubbard had a breakout year in the backfield. They picked up Rico Dowdle, former Dallas Cowboy. In some of the deep fantasy leagues last year, he was a pretty valuable asset. I didn't mind having him.
Did they also pick up that defensive back from the Raiders? What's his name?
J.C. Horn?
J.C. Horn, that's right. Good.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he's from the Raiders, but I know they got J.C. Horn over free agency.
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
They picked up Michael Jackson, 4-year.
Oh,
they extended Michael Jackson. Last year, led the team in pass deflections and saw over 1,200 snaps.
They got Hunter Renfrow too, I believe, right? They signed Hunter Renfrow.
I believe they did. Receiver. The Raider you're thinking of, Jermaine, is Trayvon Moehrig.
There you go. Yeah, that's the one.
Pat Jones is playing linebacker for him. Bobby Brown III, a D tackle, and they picked up former Chief Tershawn Wharton at D tackle. Signed him to a big 3-year, $54 million deal. So
it seems like they're really trying to address their defense. Because the Panthers' defense hasn't been that great, but their offense has been kind of lackluster too. So I guess we can kind of see that they're trying to have a defense to support Bryce Young while he's still getting used to that offense to kind of keep him in the games, right?
Right. What thoughts you got, Francis?
Yeah, I was thinking. Bryce Young has a lot of promise to him, but like you said, the pieces around him, I'm still not sold on. They're going to be a wild card team. I still think they probably might finish last in this division. Honestly, after looking at them, they might be competing with the Saints for that. The Saints might finish last too. But they're not going to. I don't feel like they'll be as bad as they were last year.
Yeah, definitely not.
Because with Bryce Young starting and then not starting and then now he's starting again, I think they just need to just put him out there and just let him fuck up and learn from it versus just putting Andy Dalton in just to try to win a game.
Right.
That snip snap last year with Bryce Young.
Yeah. So I think that kind of messed with his confidence, and you saw it towards the end of the season. He got some of his confidence back. They almost beat the Eagles in a game last year. I was scared shitless watching that game. But yeah, is Adam Thielen still on the Panthers? Because if he is, with Adam Thielen, Hunter Renfrow, and Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, he's still on the Panthers.
Okay. Yeah, I think they might have a solid squad. Like I said, I don't think wild card, but it might be like a 7-9 team or 8-8 team
for the Panthers.
That would be huge, dude.
Yeah,
you're being very generous.
Yeah, I think so because they're gonna have an easy schedule. They're gonna be lined up against the other 4th seeded divisions based on their schedule, right? That's kind of how it works. And
Yeah,
then,
they're going to be against other fours.
yeah.
I mean,
So
I could see that. I kind of see the Panthers finishing third, to be honest, but very close with the Saints because I know we'll get to the Saints, but I have the Saints being last in that division. But I think it's a
I
toss up
definitely
between
don't.
the Panthers or the Saints. They could probably have the same fucking record.
yeah.
I said you were being generous, but for me, I was saying maybe they'll go 5-12.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
possible too.
they actually played some teams pretty tough. They got their first win last year against the Raiders. That was a pretty big upset. Lost to the Bengals by 10. Lost to the Saints, or beat the Saints by 1. Beat the Giants.
Mhm.
Oh, they had the Chiefs. I was watching that Chiefs game. I remember this from last year. I was watching the Chiefs game that they had, and they needed one more stop, and they probably would have won that game. But Pat decided to use his legs at the end of that. Lost to the Bucks by 3. Eagles by 6. So they were in some games. Beat the Cardinals at the end of the season, and Panthers or they beat the Falcons to close out the season. Which I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Falcons were playing for the possibility at a playoff spot in that game.
Yes. But a lot of things had to go their
Yeah,
way.
right. So I guess all that to say is this is definitely a team that's improving. I think they have improved. It's time to see their process come to fruition. I still think they're going to finish last in this division, personally. But they're making some good moves, and they're definitely pointed in the right direction, in my opinion. All right, let's move on to the Saints. I think I said last week this was my proposed breakout team of the NFC. Why are we laughing?
I don't know, man. I don't think they're gonna.
I'm
I don't know.
I'm pretty spot on when it comes to predictions on the show over the years. I think I have a pretty good track record. I don't know if I laid the death sentence on the Saints or not. I think last year we talked about it, right? Or last week we talked about I had the Vikings finishing last in the league.
I mean,
First overall.
I had the Vikings pretty bad last year too, but
so bad.
Sam Darnold balled out.
Yeah, and that was right after the news of McCarthy going down.
Yeah.
So I was kind of riding that negative bandwagon.
But they also got a new coach, right? Didn't they?
Kellen Moore.
Yeah, Kellen Moore's
Kellen
with the
Moore.
Saints now.
Yeah.
Kellen
Yeah, I
Moore.
mean, their offense. Yeah, their offense is going to be a little more dynamic than it was last season. I just don't. I mean, Kellen Moore is great when he has good pieces. I mean, we saw that with the Eagles. We've seen it with his Chargers teams. We've seen it with his Cowboys teams when he was an offensive coordinator. I just don't see the talent on the Saints. It might be like a project.
I mean,
Maybe.
they got Brandon Cooks back, right? I know they re-signed him on there, and then they got Juwan Johnson. I mean, it's nothing like crazy players, but they're kind of keeping the same people around, I guess. I mean, I don't even know.
Alvin Kamara might be a good.
Who did they even get in the off season?
Dude, let me see. I'm not sure who they drafted, but they got their offseason moves weren't that crazy. I mean, a lot of it was defensive minded.
Yeah. Well,
Leonard
it says
Floyd,
right here they got
Latavius
their
Street.
first round. They got an offensive tackle. Second round, they got a quarterback who's Tyler Shaw. I might be butchering that fucking name.
It looks like it's hard, dude.
It looks like they got mainly just defensive players in their draft, from what I'm seeing. Like they got a defensive tackle, they got safety, linebacker, corner. They got a running back, tight end, and defensive end. They went defensive in the draft.
Yeah, they're really banking on leading with their D. Former head coach Brandon Staley is their defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I know there's been some questions about his, his defenses with the Chargers, him being a defensive coach, and then, how that defense played in his tenure. But him being a D coordinator when he was with the Rams, and then before that with the Bears and Broncos were pretty stout, when he was in those buildings. So maybe him stepping back into that familiar D coordinator role with some pretty solid pieces of defense will be beneficial to them. But yeah, it does really start. All NFL teams start at the quarterback position these days, and when you're sifting through Spencer Rattler, Tyler Show, Jake Hayner, that's rough. So, and not having the weapons to kind of mask the ability of the quarterback, which a lot of people, I mean, obviously being a Niner fan, like to point towards Brock Purdy as an example of that. But who knows how Olave's health is going to be this season?
Yeah, he had like 2 concussions last year.
Yeah,
that's rough.
Yeah, history of concussions. Essentially this team is still in rebuild mode, I think. But if their defense can keep them in the games, it's going to come down to whether or not any one of those QBs are capable enough to lead the offense to do just enough to win these games.
I will say, just a more of a fantasy perspective, but I think Alvin Kamara might be a good pickup this year. Kellen Moore tends to highlight the best players on his team, and
that is true.
I think Alvin Kamara is still the best player on at least the offensive side of the ball for the Saints. So, and he still got it. I mean, he did pretty well
He's
last
always
year.
a safe pick, honestly. He's going to produce. So if you're looking for a running back in your fantasy, Alvin Kamara is still a very productive running back, regardless. And like you said, Kellen Moore, just kind of bouncing off of that, just Kellen Moore will highlight the best player on that team. And right now, it's looking like he's going to be the best one. But there could be some breakout players, and it's kind of hard to tell who's going to be the breakout player on that team right now. But Alvin Kamara is obviously the solid player right now.
Pardon me, I just had to watch Shohei Ohtani get a go-ahead home run against.
Nice.
No,
I mean, they also got Justin Reed. Remember, Tyrann Mathieu retired.
So that's right. Okay.
Justin Reed now. So the defense kind of seems like it could.
Still got Cam Jordan.
Yeah, their defense still looks like they can, put something together for them on that side of the ball. And now it's just whether the offense can produce some points.
Yep. Rashid Shaheed should be a hot commodity in fantasy. He'll probably be a mid to late round receiver that a lot of people pick up. Juwan Johnson, tight end, it doesn't really, doesn't really move the needle.
Yeah.
O-line, I mean, they invested a lot in the O-line, so maybe they'll be able to keep these quarterbacks up enough to make the right move. Yeah, I'm not very impressed with the weapons they got.
Yeah,
roster is not
much there. I mean, obviously, also Derek Carr also retired, so obviously there's nothing. The quarterbacks are just getting a huge reboot too. It just seems like, and they drafted that rookie quarterback. But I did see that against the Chargers where he had a decent game in that preseason matchup. I saw a highlight where he threw a pick 6, but other than that, his stats weren't too bad. I remember he had I saw a highlight of him throwing like a long ball. I think it was like 50, 60-yard touchdown pass. And he finished with at least 150 yards, I believe, something around there. It wasn't too bad. I mean, considering it was limited playing time. So, but other things to take into account, it's preseason and he's not playing the best exactly on the other side of the ball. But who knows? The quarterback could do something, and it might be a good quarterback competition there.
Yeah, definitely. All right, moving on to the Atlanta Falcons. I have a feeling, like I said last week, this is going to be a team that a lot of people pick to be a breakout team or, the new NFC champ. They're going to be I think a pretty big betting darling by a lot of people. If I had to pick my guess of these 4 teams, I think the Falcons are going to get a lot of love.
But the problem is, like, it's kind of shaky too right now because Kirk Cousins might get traded, and Michael Penix was named a starter, and they invested a lot of money in Kirk Cousins, and now it's just kind of like, well, no, it's kind of weird how that's playing out. It's kind of, I don't know. I think everyone was also excited to see Kirk Cousins kind of do his thing there, and it didn't work out. But it just seems all of a sudden now they're ready to trade him out. or at least that's what the talk is, right? I don't know if there's anything you guys know updated, but last I was reading and hearing that, you know, it's uncertain what Kirk Cousins is going to be or what his role is going to be with this team, if he's going to be traded or he's going to play backup.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only going based on because I've been watching the quarterback show on Netflix and
Mm.
talks about. I mean, they highlight Kirk Cousins' last season's experience, and obviously he's upset, but Kirk Cousins is a good guy. I think he'd be more than willing to accept his fate and be more of like a mentor to Michael Penix. But do the Falcons want to pay that much money for a mentor?
Yeah, exactly. That's
That's the
why
other
it's just,
question.
Expensive ass mentor, dude.
and I
But
think
that's the thing though too, is like I don't think any team's gonna want to take on his contract unless they're like desperate for a good quarterback. I mean, maybe the Saints might be willing to pay that
I mean,
up.
for them to trade him back into their divisions would be like a
Yeah,
rare thing to happen. I mean, almost no
Yeah,
team would be
very
willing to
rare.
do that.
New
But
York
Not a
Giants.
quarterback.
I think this scenario,
Not at
yeah, like you said,
quarterback.
who the fuck wants to take that contract? And does Kirk Cousins will say, "Fuck it, you're gonna pay me. I'll stay here to do whatever you want." But
Hmm.
it's just like, do the Falcons want to do that, like you said, or is this gonna be like, kind of like, how bad do the Falcons just want to get rid of him? Do they just want to say, "Fuck it, we'll pay your contract, go somewhere else," like what Denver did with Russell Wilson? They're gonna pay out the
Hmm.
final contract, and he gets to go somewhere else, and he'll probably accept a veteran minimum to play somewhere else. Because Kirk Cousins, he definitely still has a lot to offer, I believe, and there's a lot of teams that could use his services. But the contract and how much he's getting paid is a huge problem on him landing a new team. It's gonna be tough for him, and he's gonna be an expensive ass mentor.
Oh yeah, 100%. Was it like 100 million guaranteed? Coming
Yeah,
off an
dude,
Achilles
he got
injury?
crazy. He
Insane.
got a crazy
Just
offer, and the motherfucker
pulling up
was
these old
flexing
Kirk
that
Cousins highlights.
chain when he got that fucking contract. But I mean, the Falcons also had some pretty decent signing, I guess. I mean, didn't they just get a DJ Shark? Not a bad pickup. I don't
Yeah.
think he's a bad pickup. And they re-signed Mike Hughes. I think he got a pretty decent contract out of that. Um,
I mean,
I think
Bijan is
that's all
still
I
a
can
fucking
remember.
beast.
That's all I can remember off the top of my head from.
I mean, when you got Drake London and Bijan Robinson, even I mean, Kyle Pitts. Is this the year?
Kyle Pitts better do something this year. He was so hyped
Is this the year?
up coming
Is this finally the
into.
year it happens?
It better be.
Cool.
But no one's gonna be drafting him like earlier
Yeah.
than no later than like 9th, 10th round in fantasy. But yeah, I think
Yeah, I mean, Bijan, Algiers back.
Tyler Algier,
He's
that's right.
still
I think they
there.
have a good shot.
Darnell Mooney's not a bad too.
No,
Yeah,
he's not
not
at
really
all.
solid.
Very
Yeah.
methodical.
He's
They're on.
definitely one of those pickups you should have on your bench too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they brought in Leonard Floyd for defensive end. They brought in Jordan Floyd. So, I mean, brought in some pieces on defense. They were in a bunch of games last year. I will say their schedule to start this season, opening up against Tampa and Minnesota, is kind of tough.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, they got Carolina, Commanders, and then they have an early bye. I don't really like that for certain teams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is a team that could afford to have an early bye. They probably would have enjoyed a later one. But you go into the bye with Commanders, come out of the bye with the Bills. It's tough.
Yeah. Sheesh.
They have a rough start to the beginning of their season.
Yeah,
That's a rough
this is
start of the schedule.
Where do you guys think these guys are placing in that division? I got them going second.
Yeah, I think second. I think second is pretty safe too. I still like the Bucks in this division.
The Bucks are definitely we'll get there, but the Bucks are definitely going to be the first place in that division.
Yeah.
After that Bills game, they go at 49ers, Dolphins, Patriots, Colts, Panthers, Saints, Jets, Seahawks, Bucks, Cardinals, Rams, Saints.
Yeah,
I think Raheem Morris has these boys playing for the division championship by the end of the season. I think they have a legit shot to win this thing. But before we officially make our prediction, let's get to the next team. The defending NFC South champion, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield leading the charge here in Tampa. If I'm not
And they
mistaken.
got Bridgewater. He signed 1-year deal, so that's a good that's a good backup. Pretty solid pickup for them. I think Bridgewater is a great backup. I don't think he's starter material, but backup wise, that's good insurance for Baker Mayfield.
I like the pickup of Hassan Reddick too on edge rusher.
Yeah.
I always loved Hassan Reddick. I was kind of sad when he left the Eagles. He didn't really play with the Jets last year because he was trying to get a bag, and ultimately just never played. I think so. He's well rested. He didn't get a lot of minutes, a lot of playing time last year. So him coming into this situation, I think is going to reinvigorate their defense as well. And they've been good on defense already. So yeah, what's their coach's name here again? Bowles or something? Bowles?
Todd Bowles?
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, I like his defensive schematics. He's really stout with it. So
I think it's and then I mean they also extended Chris Godwin.
That's right.
That's a
but he's got an ankle injury that he's battling from.
Yes, there is. And then I'm trying to think what else they got going on that team. They got Shiloh Sanders.
Yeah, that's right. They do. Shiloh Sanders.
So we're gonna definitely see the Sanders brothers. There's gonna be a lot of coverage on those two because we know how coming from France's workplace.
Hey, they demand a lot of hype, man.
Yeah, they do. So maybe Shiloh Sanders will be like the sleeper of the two. Who knows? Because he's kind of a little more under the radar compared to Shador, but still, nonetheless, it's. I know in the preseason he didn't look too bad from what I was reading about Shiloh Sanders. But like I said, preseason, take it with a grain of salt. We don't know how they're going to play when it's actual game time because that's going to be different.
Yeah.
But I like Baker Mayfield. I like his resurgence with the Bucks. He's redeemed himself. Him being obviously, a lot of people were talking about he could suffer the same fate as like a Johnny Manziel kind of thing, and that didn't happen. A lot of people just maybe like to pick on him because he has this attitude about him that people don't like, but I think that's his swagger. That's what brings his game out of him. So I don't think he's doing too much. I think he's a great fit with what they're doing in Tampa Bay. So, and they had a fucking amazing run on the offense last season. I think they were like, it was like 40 plus touchdowns, something like that.
Dude, he was going. I had Baker Mayfield in some of my fantasy leagues last year. He was amazing.
Yeah, I had him too, and it was
what a bargain.
And a lot of people like kind of let him. I got him in the late rounds too. I think a lot of people weren't really thinking like, oh, this guy isn't gonna do shit, but I picked him up and I was like, wow, this guy is fucking a great late round pickup. But yeah, I last season. It's the Bucks, so it's easy for people to kind of write them off. But they, like I said, they had one of the best offenses, performance and production last season. Obviously, they ended short. Here we go. I was looking this up. Yeah, they had 4,500 yards, 41 touchdowns, MVP numbers for Baker Mayfield.
That's crazy.
So,
any concerns on the offensive side with Liam Cohen bolting for?
I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna bring that up because that's my one concern with their offensive production. I mean, I'm not sure who took over the offensive coordinator spot. So
it was their quarterback's coach. I'll look it up.
But yeah, I mean that's really important for good quarterbacks is to have consistency at that offensive coordinator position. So we'll see how it all. Was he like the quarterback's coach?
He was their pass game coordinator last year.
Pass game coordinator. Okay, so
yeah,
keeping in the family shouldn't be that different then. But of course, we just don't know how he's going to scheme the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, Falcons, Texans, Jets, Eagles, Seahawks, Niners, Lions, Saints before their bye.
Oof. Damn, they
And
got
it's
Lions and the Eagles. Sheesh.
yeah, in the first 8 games, they have their bye, and then after the bye, Patriots, Bills, Rams, Cardinals, Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Dolphins, Panthers. Not too bad on the second half there.
Yeah,
Bills,
yeah.
Rams, probably their toughest. That division always eats itself though, so they'll probably drop a couple in the division. That's a brutal way to start their season.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, it's always tough for all the division leaders that won last year because they're just going to play the better teams on that rotation.
Yeah. All right, so covered all 4 teams.
Yep.
Mhm.
I think
Let's go ahead and make our
pretty
NFC
unanimous.
South predictions.
Bucks first. Yeah, let's go.
Bucks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Bucks, Falcons, Panthers, Saints.
Yeah, that's about how I have it.
And I think talking through it all, I have the same.
Yeah.
I wanted to really like the Saints, but they got to prove it. They got to prove it. That place used to be a feared place to play. Caesars Superdome.
Mhm.
That defense. I mean, the defense probably, if we go pound for pound in this division, it's probably the best in the division, right? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's up there right next. I think Bucks still have the best defense in this division, but yeah, I'd say you're right up there.
But that offense is still, I think
Yeah,
it's still pretty powerful. And with signing Teddy Bridgewater, I'd like to see him do something creative with that, where they have a 2 quarterback kind of
Mhm.
play going on goal line shit. That'd be kind of cool to watch. But we'll see. I think that offense, nothing has really changed, and if they can build off that momentum from last season, they can really do something this season. I think they can go further than because last season they were kind of like, they had a pretty good run, but they were still kind of like trying to get a spot, right? Wasn't that they were kind of like on the bubble? No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
they're
so
right there.
All right.
They're right there.
Ready to do the AFC?
yeah, let's go. AFC
Yeah,
South. This one's a good one, actually.
yeah.
AFC South, I think, for different reasons, a
Mm-hmm.
better division than the NFC South.
Mm-hmm.
Although low key, that NFC South is always fun, but because they're all bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Defending champion Texans, in the division of Titans, Jaguars, and Colts. Let's start off here with the Titans. Number 1 pick in the draft took Cam
Cam
Ward.
Ward, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. I like him. I think he's gonna be tight.
Do you like him?
I do like him. Well,
do you like?
it was just I just like his attitude and the way he plays. Like when he was in Miami, the plays he was making was incredible. So
That's
I
right.
know Miami last year kind of faded, but it's not because of his quarterback play. It was just the overall team wasn't
Mm-hmm.
super great.
And
But
I think he's gonna do well there because under Brian Callahan, he's got those West Coast concepts on the offense. I think that's gonna fit Cam Ward's mobility and his accuracy. Hopefully that transfers over to the NFL, because a lot of times I always say I never believe the hype in first round quarterback picks, because it never turns out, and like the very first pick. But still hoping to see if that works. But like I said, Cam Ward could very well flourish under Brian Callahan in that offense, depending if he can tailor an offense for him. And but I think there's also, don't they have like a new GM for that team? So we don't know how they're gonna
yeah, I'm
shake
not
this
sure.
up. So depending how the new GM wants to like handle the roster. So hopefully, it's definitely a rebuild, because they finished like 3 wins last season. They went
Yeah, Will Levis was so bad last year. Oh my god.
Yeah, he was.
So they got Tony Pollard and DeAndre Spears
Calvin.
in the backfield.
Calvin Ridley too,
Tyler
right?
Lockett. Yeah,
Yeah.
Van Jefferson. Van Jefferson's a pretty good 3. I mean, we got to see a lot of them
Ooh,
living out
Tyler
here.
Lockett's on there now. Okay.
Yeah, living out here in the West Coast of the Rams. Van Jefferson seems to have a bunch of clutch moments with the Rams. I feel like with him, he always like picked up the first, on key third downs. Chika Okonkwo, I think, is a sleeper tight end. This year. On the D side, they got Sebastian Day, Devondre Sweat, 2 big guys up the middle there. Arden Key, Jerry Sneed, Monty Booker, Xavier Woods. So defense should be okay. I think I'm higher up on this team. I'm higher up on this team than the Panthers, I think, a little bit. Safety, they got.
They re-signed Quandre Diggs, right?
Quandre Diggs is there, but on the depth chart, he's backup behind Xavier Woods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Jeffrey Simmons, also a good D end. Offensive line, Denmore, Skoronski, Cushenberry. I like Cushenberry. Kevin Seaton, J.C. Latham. Kind of a young.
Yeah, we're watching a full rebuild of this team. Honestly, that's what's going on here. It's going to be a rough. I'm going to see a very rough first season for Cam Ward, which sucks because that's kind of what happens a lot with these first round, like number 1 quarterback picks. They go to a team that's going to be in a huge rebuild, and like just kind of echoing what Francis says, Cam Ward shows that he can be a great leader quarterback for this team, but it's all about how well the new GM can put together a team that actually can succeed and work well with Cam Ward, because I don't think there's anything notable to say what they did in off season.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything. It's just
Tyler Lockett's a good move.
Yeah.
Van Jefferson. So they surrounded Ward with some pretty solid veteran receivers.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard is a weapon in the backfield. So Spears. And Chig, I think Chig is going to be a good safety blanket at tight end. Which is dope. They got some pieces. They're young. I don't think this is the year for them yet, but definitely moving in the right direction. I feel kind of very similar to the Panthers.
Okay.
But I think I'm a little bit higher up on the Titans.
Yeah, I think I would give the Titans a little bit of an edge just because, I know they got Bryce Young, but I think they got better acquisitions with the Titans to kind of help support Cam Ward. But at the end of the day, I think it's still kind of a neck and neck thing with the Panthers, and I'll give the edge to Titans if we're going to compare the bottom of the barrel from both South divisions.
I would agree with you guys, but in terms of like wins losses, I think Panthers might win more games just because.
Oh, they definitely will. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think the AFC is a lot harder conference. So then having that division, you got to play against C.J. Stroud, T. Law, and Anthony Richardson. So that's I think it's gonna be a little bit tougher matchups for Cam Ward.
Oh. Moving on, let's bring in the boys from Duval. A couple years ago, we were all jagging off with the Jaguars.
And Francis guy, Liam Cohen, his first year, he's the head coach for Jacksonville. So,
and the fucking Jaguars, like tore my heart. There's been last season, I chose Jaguars to win like over 10.5 games, and they finished the season like 10-7 with like 3 weeks left. So I lost that bet, unfortunately. So I'm not really high on the Jaguars anymore until they prove otherwise. But they are going to be good. I mean, Travis Etienne, Brian Thomas
Travis
Jr.,
Hunter, though. They drafted
Travis Hunter. Yeah. And so we'll see how Liam Cohen does it.
Maybe Sunshine just needs, I think maybe Travis Hunter. What is he going to play? Wide receiver, cornerback? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing that's still up in the air. I mean, I think he should just be a wide receiver too.
He should.
I think he should be a wide receiver too, and like play defense sparingly. Like, he should learn the schematics and plays. But be there. Like I don't know when they want to put out like 5 DBs, 6 DBs. But besides that, I don't think he should be in the base package.
Yeah, I just want Sunshine to succeed, man. I want to see him do something. And I low
I
key
know.
like the Jags. I think they're a cool team, but it's just they always like let you down somehow. And
Yeah.
there's teams you hate on because it's fun, and the Jags is not one of them. The Jags are like, come on, man, do something.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just, but I think what's also understated, their special teams is pretty fucking good. I think it's one of the best in the league. But special teams isn't going to win you a fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I think they do have some strengths, and if Liam Cohen can make it work. I mean, they got Christian Kirk, and now they got Travis Hunter and Zay Jones. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just, can Liam Cohen put together a playbook for these guys that's going to work well with Trevor Lawrence also throwing the ball at him. But the thing is, the O-line sucks.
Yeah,
O-line's terrible.
Yeah.
It's kind of like watching when I can't even remember a team that had such a bad O-line too. I remember but everyone wants to give Trevor Lawrence crap, but it's just like, how can he do anything when the O-line's collapsing like instantly and not giving him time to make anything work? So that's why I'm saying I don't think it's necessarily Trevor Lawrence's fault, because it's easy to pick on him, but look at that O-line. That O-line's giving him zero time to do anything. They're barely blocking for the runs too. The runs,
Yeah.
And their defense. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't even think they even have any fucking pass rush threats on there.
Eric Armstead and Trayvon Walker. Yeah. They brought in Jordan Lewis, cornerback, so that should be
okay.
That should be good. He'll be back there as a starter. I really wish for two different reasons. I wish they didn't get rid of Evan Ingram. I think Evan would have been a good, consistent piece to have on this offense, especially with Etienne and Thomas and Hunter. And Tank Bigsby was a backup, so he got a lot of work last year. O-line is pretty atrocious.
The O-line sucks, and like you said, Evan Ingram, he was probably like the only highlight on that team as offense.
Yeah, he had a good year last year.
Yeah, he had a.
Brian Thomas had some decent games last year too, but just those two guys, honestly.
Yeah, that was really it. And then now then obviously Ingram's gone now. He's with Denver, and it's just you're looking at this team, like they still have a pretty decent receiver core. I'm not gonna take that completely away from them, but
I definitely think Brian Thomas with wide receiver 1 status for fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's going in second rounds. Yeah.
Yeah. Carolina, Cincy, Houston, San Francisco, Kansas City, Seattle, Rams, bye. Oh shit.
Damn. They got a long road before that bye week.
Yeah.
They're gonna be banged up by the bye week, man. That's rough.
Coming out, they got Vegas, Houston, Chargers, Vegas, Houston, Chargers, Cardinals, Titans, Colts, Jets, Broncos, Colts, Titans. So pretty decent second half. That first half again, that's like the theme of these last couple of teams we evaluated. They have some hard early schedules, but that's usually when you can sneak some of these wins out when teams are still trying to figure out what who they are at the early part of the season. So maybe they can get some upsets here early on in the season.
Yeah, well, they had like 4 wins last season, I think. Poor guys.
They had a rough year.
They did better than the Titans. Titans had 3 wins.
They did. A team that had more wins than the Jaguars, though, Indianapolis Colts.
Yes, they did.
Ooh, Jonathan Taylor, those boys.
Yeah, they had a lot of hype last year, right? Drafting Anthony Richardson.
Yeah. Well,
that Anthony Richardson thing was such like a weird situation,
right? Well, he was like out of the season after the first game or two, right?
Yeah. It was kind of. It was just kind of
That's
weird, like
crazy.
what was going on there, and like there was all this hype came back, and then but his consistency was.
After he came back, he was a little shaky.
Yeah, so here's some highlights right here. I mean, against
Is
a
he hurt?
division rival,
Can we follow up on that?
I
He got
thought-
rocked, right?
I think he's good now.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
He's definitely not out for the season, but something he fucked up something on his finger, I think.
man, that's rough, man. Anthony Richardson, but every time people celebrate like that, I get worried that they're like, who is it? Like, who's a fucking player that was celebrating and tore his ACL, just celebrating?
Wasn't there a kicker that did that?
Martin Gramatica.
Martin Gramatica? Yeah.
Yeah.
What a fucking callback.
Yeah, he was
He
fucking
has-
just celebrating, and he fell down, tore his ACL. I was like, that sucks.
Yeah,
The
he had his brother's
kicker
film.
didn't tear it after the kick. He tore it celebrating the kick.
One thing I did want to bring up with the Colts, I think something that gets forgotten in the national media. I don't know
What?
how you guys feel about owners, but the passing of Jim Irsay last year,
Oh yeah,
that was, or this year, right? It happened before the Pacers made their run.
yeah.
Yeah, that could. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to affect this team. I know he was one of the more popular owners in the sport.
Yeah, but it kind of also went sour with the handling of Peyton Manning. So some people kind of just, I feel like that was kind of a stain on him. That especially a lot of the Peyton faithfuls, they kind of point out that he could have handled that relationship better. So, but I wasn't really was he sick, or was this like a sudden thing with Jim Irsay?
I think he was sick, but he wasn't it still surprised a lot of people because I don't think people knew that he was that sick.
Oh,
But yeah, I don't know that. I don't know how it's going to affect the team. Maybe it inspires them to play well. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, their
it
new
affects
GM,
different people
Chris
different.
Ballard. I don't know if
Of all the teams that I looked up their depth chart tonight, this team has the most red Qs next to their players.
that sucks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's all on defense.
That looks like my
Felipe,
fantasy team after 3 weeks.
DeForest Buckner, Zaire Franklin, Luby,
Oh,
Ward,
DeForest Buckner.
Cross.
Um,
Jesus. Yeah.
yeah,
So
DeForest Buckner and
essentially-
Cross are out. Shit.
essentially this is going to come down to how strong is Jonathan Taylor's back, because he's probably going to have to carry this fucking offense.
Oh man,
Yeah, because the receiving
also-
core is not
He's
that
getting some
strong.
spots.
No.
Yeah.
Pittman, Josh Downs, and Alex Pierce.
Yeah.
And if you got Daniel Jones throwing to you, the offensive line, I will say, is good, one of the better in the league.
Mhm.
So maybe Daniel
Danny
Jones has enough time
Dimes.
back there.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
Danny
so
Dimes is
fucking
running.
Anthony Richardson dislocated his pinky, so
Oh,
Throwing
okay.
pinky?
I guess so.
Cool.
Now that's just how durable is this guy? Is this guy Mr. Glass?
Dude,
it's,
I saw a
Daniel
picture of that.
Jones.
I saw a picture of it. Like his pinky looked like his thumb. It was like
Oh,
all crooked. Yeah.
dude, it sucks. I dislocated my fucking finger in football. I remember looking down. I was like, "Holy shit! I didn't know my finger could look like that."
Wow.
The trip.
No,
Yeah, I've
I mean,
suddenly gotten really sour on this team.
yeah, and I mean the
looking at
whole line kind of lost their guys like Ryan Kelly and Will Fries. Fries. They're gone.
Freeze.
But I don't know. The Colts on paper it looks like they could, I don't know. These guys are second team.
I don't know. On paper, they look just as bad as the Titans to me now.
Exactly. Like on paper, it's like I don't know. Like, hey
boys,
Titans, you have a chance here.
I know we're
Titans, you
joking
have
around
an
and
opportunity
everything.
to do something really funny here, huh?
I know we're joking around and everything, but Jags might make the playoffs this year.
You think the
Jags
Jags
might
might win
make
the
the
AFC
playoffs.
South?
They might make
They'll make the playoffs.
Are we going to be jagging off this year again?
I'm gonna jag off.
All right. Ah, this. Okay, I thought going in that this division was better than it looks on paper, and it's not.
Well, I'm glad we chose this one first. Because imagine
Yeah.
ending the show on this one.
Yeah, imagine this is the divisions we cover right before the season starts.
That
Boy.
sucks.
Boy, do I feel less excited for football?
You know how I was like after just kind of going over this with you guys? I was like, come to think about it, this division sucks.
These divisions are garbage.
Note to self: do not draft anybody in AFC South and NFC South.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's
Take it from our bet specialist, Francis. Don't take anyone.
Yeah, it's jeez Louise.
It's rough.
That is pretty rough.
It's
All
just
right.
over for you. There's no under. It's just over.
Future 2025
Wow.
AFC South division winner,
Wow,
Houston
no
Texans.
faith.
How do we feel
Yeah.
about the Texans this year, boys?
The
I mean,
Texans, I think they're gonna be
yeah.
the fucking
Yeah, I
division
think
champs
so.
again.
We can make.
I
that
give them
prediction
10
tonight.
wins though. I give them 10 wins. I think they're gonna go 10 and 7.
You know, this is how it's going to shake out. Except Titans are going to finish third.
I think so. There's a good chance like Colts might finish last. I think Colts will finish last.
Yeah, because
Are
on
Colts going to pick
paper,
first in the draft?
Say that again.
I said, are Colts going to pick first in the draft next year? Is it too early to call? Or
It depends on Anthony Richardson's like status. Like if he
Yeah,
goes
I
down
think
again and then they need Danny Dimes throwing the ball,
Yeah.
ooh,
that's a hard sell.
yeah, that is. This fool's gonna dislocate his pinky toe next and can't. Oh my god, dude.
let's go. Angels just
Yeah,
walked
I
up
mean,
on
we
the
got the
Dodgers.
Texans. I think this is gonna be our
Let's go.
division champion. You know, I think it's fun to watch this team. D'Amico Ryan's with his third year, I believe.
Yeah.
They also have a new coach though, so or no coaching changes with their O-line coach. It says right here, yeah. Oh, and they hired Nick Caley as their offensive coordinator.
And they got Nick Chubb over there now though, so
Yeah, they do.
You got Nick
Yeah.
Chubb as a
Is
a
Tank
backup
Dell gonna
quarterback.
be?
Does that say Joe Mixon? Wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, Joe Mixon. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean the
Journeyman
Texans are
from-
good. Texans are really good.
Is that the best 1-2 running back punch in the league?
100%.
Holy
think so?
fuck, dude.
I
Mixon,
think it
then
is.
and then Pierce is your third. Good lord.
Yeah, they got
Dude,
David
'cause
Everyone-
Nick
Pierce.
Chubb doesn't need to be a bell county where he can just be that like short yardage guy, and then it's back to
Yeah.
Remember when
Mixon.
Damian Pierce was like the rookie
Oh, yeah.
darling of NFL football? Hold on, I just want to say
Yeah.
real quick, timeout. This is a sports show, and I know we don't talk about summer sports, but the Angels just beat the Dodgers for the 5th time in a row. It's really fucking cool.
For the 5th time in a row.
Yeah, they're 5-0 against the Dodgers this year.
Damn. Okay. Sheesh.
And
Even
Show
the
hit the
Dod-
go-ahead homer in the ninth.
The Dodgers be losing random games. Like it's kind of.
See, this caveman right here needs another baseball guy in the cave. So we can talk baseball.
Get your boy. Who's the other dude?
Yeah, we gotta get Chef and
Yeah, we gotta get Chef.
Chef in here. And
But,
Hank. All right, as you were saying, sorry.
There's some guys I want to highlight that
Yeah.
I didn't know that are on the Texans now. Is that I forgot is Christian Kirk's on the Texans now.
Yeah,
That's
they're
another
about to play
weapon
Jags
for.
probably.
And then I forgot my boy CJ. He's the safety over there now. Came over from the Eagles. CJ Gardner Johnson. Yeah, so I think
Did he
Texans
tear
are gonna be.
He tore something, I think.
So the reports came back. It's not as serious as they
Okay.
thought. He's still gonna miss like week 1 and I think week 2 also, but you don't need him until down the stretch anyway.
That would be so Eagles though to get rid of somebody and then like, oh damn, that's a good pickup for another team and he's hurt because the Eagles.
Yeah, right.
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson, yeah, he's
Year
good.
3 for Will Anderson, right?
That's crazy. I thought. Wait, wasn't he Rookie of the Year last year, or am I tripping? Defensive
That-
Rookie.
I feel like that was 2 years ago, dude.
Okay, yeah, you might be right. I'm getting my seasons blended
Was it 2
together
years
now.
ago?
Yeah, no, this is his 3rd year. Yeah, you're right. It's his 3rd year.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 2 years ago. CJ Stroud. Let's talk about him. Top 10 quarterback in the league?
Nah. Top 10?
No.
I don't think
No.
it's top 10.
Ooh. Jermaine,
I
what do
don't
you think?
think
Can you name 10 or 9 better than him or 10 better than him right now?
Okay, let's.
You want me? Okay.
I can go first, and then you guys. I think. Okay, let's go to the obvious.
Let's do on group, right?
Let's do
Patrick
that.
Mahomes,
Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson,
Lamar Jackson,
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow,
I'll go
Jalen
Matt
Hurts.
Stafford.
Stafford
Stafford?
over Stroud.
Yeah, he's proven way more than
Okay,
Stroud.
Well, I know it's proven, but I'm saying like, who would you rather have right now, Stafford or Stroud?
Right now, yeah, Stafford would do wonders with that
If
roster.
healthy, right?
If
Yeah.
healthy,
Okay.
yeah.
I think
And then
Jalen
Jalen
Daniels.
Hurts.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts. I don't think Jaden Daniels is better than CJ Stroud.
No.
I don't know.
Do you think Stroud on the? I know I hate to play this game because it's kind of stupid, but Stroud on the Commanders is better than Daniels on the Commanders.
No.
Hmm.
No.
It's fun to think about.
Jaden Daniels
That is
definitely.
Okay,
Jaden
so
Daniels is good though too. He's a baller.
let's keep it. Okay, so let's just for the sake of this keep Daniels off. Goff.
I think Goff is better.
Okay, Herbert.
CJ Stroud.
Herbert's
Herbert sucks. I don't think Herbert's better than CJ Stroud.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I got Herbert over him.
Bo Nix
No.
over Stroud.
Over Stroud?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. Not right now, at least. If I'm being honest.
This next one's gonna be really good. I'm curious to hear your guys' answers. Brock Purdy.
I think.
That's a good
I think he's slightly better than CJ Stroud. I don't know because
hold on. You think he's slightly better than Stroud, but Stroud is 100% better than Herbert?
Yeah, that's just my thinking. Just because Herbert chokes. Herbert is a choke artist, bro. He lost that lead against T-Law and the Jaguars.
I mean, they did.
They were winning by like 28 points or some shit. Like,
you want to know how many rushing yards they had in the second half?
How you can, I judge the quarterbacks how they perform in the playoffs too. Like, I fuck the stats. Like, I don't really give a shit about the stats. Like, how are you gonna perform when the lights are shining? That's just me.
Yeah, I've been in the playoffs once.
Exactly, and he choked.
I said no, Stafford. I said.
Oh, Stafford?
He's been in the playoffs like twice.
Stafford? And what did he do when he got to the playoffs? He won a Super Bowl.
All right. Okay.
I don't know. I'm not a QB maestro, and I judge like their release point and shit. Like, I don't fucking know all that.
Trust.
Like the way
hey, I don't work in football, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't scout these guys either. But you said some crazy shit tonight, dude. That's what makes this shit interesting, right? This is the same conversations everybody has, in their day to day, which is great. Unquestioned, I think we can all agree, Houston Texans going to win this division.
Oh yeah. This is their
probably
for the taking.
Probably won't lose a single game in their division if I had to guess.
Yeah, they're going to go 4-0.
6-0.
Yeah. I mean, kind of going over that. Yeah.
Maybe they lose.
They might lose one to the Jags, like in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure.
If anyone's going to give them a loss, it's going to be the Jags
in their division.
I don't see that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see real quick. They kick off with the Rams, and they got Tampa, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Baltimore bye. So probably going to be 4-1. Seattle, San Francisco, Denver, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Buffalo, Indy, Arizona, Vegas, Chargers. Yeah, so they're going to be fighting for home field in the AFC, I think. Mm-hmm. This schedule is not hard at all for them. Tough games are going to be Baltimore, San Francisco, Denver, Buffalo, Kansas City, Chargers.
CJ Stroud goes down. Case Keenum brings his team to the.
Ooh, is that who it is? Is it Keenum? No, it's Davis Mills, dog.
No, Case Keenum's on that team too, though.
I don't see him on his depth chart, bro.
No, I thought last
Davis
time.
Mills, Keaton Slovis, and Graham Mertz.
Oh,
yeah, I see that too.
Nico Collins, Christian Kirk.
He might have got cut recently.
Maybe
these guys got receivers, dude. Dalton Schultz.
Look that up. Case Keenum.
Hey, who's that one nice receiver?
Tammy Fairbairn.
Tank Dell. Is Tank Dell gonna be healthy? He got fucked up last year.
He has an O next to
Oh,
his.
Case Keenum's with the Bears now.
Oh, okay.
No timetable for Dell's return.
Oh shit, he's a good weapon.
That was
for
20 days ago.
Wow.
Well,
They still got Dalton Schultz.
That fucker's playing
Hey.
still? What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell? I thought he was like on TV and shit.
Yeah,
No,
playing.
I'm thinking about someone else.
Play the
No, I
Houston,
mean
bro.
analysis. Never mind. I'm tripping.
No.
I'm thinking about a different tight end.
Analysis. Yeah.
Yeah, when his
Schultz.
team's not playing, he's doing analysis.
Right.
He's on Fox. He's on Fox Sports with Tom Brady on his bye weeks.
I mean, the receivers. What they still got Nico Collins, right?
Yeah.
Nico Collins,
it's not
Tank
Nico
Dell.
Collins.
Yeah. Christian Kirk, dude.
Yeah, Christian Kirk.
And then when Tank Dell gets healthy, that's a good
And then
addition.
they
Jalen
got
Hall, speedster.
Yeah.
They're gonna be fun. They're gonna be a good team. One of the top teams in the AFC for sure. So, man, couldn't have picked two worse divisions to kick this off.
Love it.
However, we all got to start
Braxton
somewhere.
Berrios is going to be their X factor, bro.
We would have had to do this eventually with these divisions. As we close it out here, just a reminder, we'll be doing the I think we talked about it earlier, the North divisions next week, which no BS, probably actually will be better than tonight's two divisions.
Yeah.
Historically speaking, it's been the Packers and the rest of the North, right?
Mhm.
Until recently. Now, there's a case, I think, for all four of those teams. AFC North, as long as I've been watching football, always a bloodbath. Those teams fuck each other up all season. The closest reminder we have to old school football is that division. So, looking forward to previewing two divisions next week. And each week after that, I think we're doing the East and then finishing up with the West. Over the next 4 weeks, we'll have that last episode doing the West divisions and doing our playoff picks, week 1 picks, and touching on how the preseason ended up. So that'll be the day after Labor Day or shortly after Labor Day. So any final thoughts on the South of the NFL?
No more thoughts of the NFC or AFC South.
You thought about it all?
I don't want to think about them anymore.
Yeah, all I have to say is it's the Texans division to take or bust.
Yeah.
Little quick hitter question for both of you guys, real quick. Which mascot is your favorite? Not the teams. Which mascot's your favorite of any of those South divisions?
Ooh.
Mascot.
If you can be any of those mascots, what would you want to be?
Dang. You know what? Out of any of the South teams?
Yeah.
Put the Kirk in place.
Yeah. I'd rather
I'm gonna
be
just
dead.
say.
No, I'm just kidding. You know what?
I would say. Are you talking about like if I was to be if I were to be?
If you had to be one of those mascots.
You know, I'm gonna be a Jaguar. Fuck it. You know, like
there you go.
I had to think about it. Do I want to be a Saint?
Yep.
Do I want to be a Panther, a Falcon, Buccaneer, Texan? What am I gonna do?
I would probably be a Colt because they're indoors and they're not playing outside. The little horse. So yeah, I'll be one of those. I'll be that guy.
I'll be a Titan all day, every day. You guys are dumb. Are you serious? You don't want to be a Titan?
No, not in Tennessee. Fuck that. It's hot.
You don't have to live there.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for watching this episode. Shout out to everyone following us. Visit us, k4v3.com on our website. Got articles, we got merch, and more. Discord. It's up on the Discord. We got Patreon. Follow this specific entity right here, K4v3, 5P0RT5. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, formerly known as X, and Instagram. All the social media. Except for Truth. We're not on Truth yet, but Francis will make sure we get on there here pretty shortly. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week.
All right, peace.
Subscribe to Zach's Feet Finder account.